man. His suit of ancient black, a famous high top hat, and plain worn shawl make him the quaint, great figure that men love. The prairie lawyer, master of us all.
A father, a printer, a druggist, a Democrat, a Presbyterian, a Prohibition man, and an old friend and neighbor of our martyred President Abraham Lincoln, whose fine memorial you passed on the way here.
A few months before I died in 1905. But I must tell you that on the day I arrived, I spoke no English. It was 1844. I had no money in my pocket and I was very ill. My mother, my two sisters, my brother and I had arrived from Hanover in Germany, where I was born. We sailed in 1844 from Europe to New Orleans. From New Orleans, we took a boat to St. Louis, and from St. Louis, we took a boat to Beardstown, Illinois, on the Illinois River, where we had friends.
Ladies, gentlemen, citizens, what a delight to have you here visiting Anne and myself here in Oak Ridge. I am not a public speaker, so don't expect any speeches from me. I am delighted to see you here, and I see some faces that I recognize, but your Sunday clothes are odd. No matter. My watch stopped this morning. First time it stopped in 128 years. Must have something to do with your auspicious arrival.
Good
How do you
afternoon.
do? I'm Mrs. William Rayburn, though I guess you can see that. My husband, Bishop Rayburn, is not here. It's just me. I have no idea why I am here. I was born in Vermont, and I spent the last 23 years of my life in New York City. Whatever do you suppose that he was thinking? And it's so large. Why, I would be quite dizzy if I was so far up above the trees, wouldn't you?
Good afternoon. I am so happy that y'all came out to visit me today and to learn a little bit of something about me. I was born in Barron County, Kentucky, and I come here to this town of Springfield with my master. His name was Mr. Roundtree. And when Mr. Roundtree and our whole family arrived here, why, he set us free. We didn't have to pay or nothing. He just gave us our freedom. And so we settled here, I believe was long about in 1831. And at the same time, we was making our way to Springfield. My husband, his name's Billy. Well, I call him Billy. Billy the barber. His name was Guillaume de Fleurville.
As you can see. For 42 years, Mr. Wrigley, the senior, his name was Greenberry, and he owned a plantation in Maryland. So he had many slaves. And one day, he just decided to free his slaves. And he gave me, at the age 11, to his son Nicholas. And Mr. Wrigley, Sr., he became a man of the Lord. But his son, Nicholas, is soon to be married. So he did marry a lady named Jane Benson, and they had 4 children.
Fall afternoon. My name is Ellen Renshaw Grant. People call me Nellie. If you look down the hill, the large stone with the flag in front is my stone. Obviously, we couldn't meet down there. It's a little steep. I was born on the 4th of July in 1822. My father was Ulysses S. Grant, and my mother was Julia Dent Grant. Every year on the 4th of July, I just knew that the fireworks were for my birthday. My brother told me that they were. My mother thought that while I was growing up, I was way too much of a tomboy. I liked to play marbles and mumbly peg, But I was the only girl of 4 kids. I had 3 brothers. My oldest brother was Fred. He was 5 years older than I was. My next oldest brother was Ulysses S. Grant Jr. We called him Buck. He was 3 years older than I was.